Good day, everyone. It's been a while. I don't even know how to go live anymore because it's really been a while. It's been a long time. And I would say I'm just going to continue and pretend as if someone is watching me. I've been in this Facebook jail for a month and a few weeks because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I posted, oh, and they are threatening me. Yes, they are threatening me that my page will be taken off. It will be completely removed, blah, blah, blah. I shame Facebook. Facebook, jy dink jy is God. Nee, solank my naam in die boek geskryf is, gee ek glad nie om of julle my afhaal van julle profiel of van julle platform af nie. I don't care. I will continue to speak the truth on other platforms. So good afternoon, good evening, my people. How are you doing? Greetings here from Johannesburg. Yes, I am in Johannesburg. Hello, John. How are you, John? Hi, Lisa. Hello, Sari. Long time, long time. I'm so sorry that I haven't been on for a while. I was in jail. Jy laat my nie eens kom kuier in die tronk nie, nie eens vir my kom goeders bring. Laat ek net myself kan geniet. Hallo, Johan. Hoe gaan dit? Ja. Ek net gou iets kyk hierso. Nee. Iemand gaan by my aansluit. Hallo Belinda, hallo Lizet. Ek gaan tyd maak en groet. Yes, I will take my time and greet today. Because I haven't spoken to you guys for a very, very long time. Hello Johnny, hello Belinda, hello Lizette and Suzette and Pamela. How are you guys doing? Hallo Marie van Wonderboom Suid in die Moot. Antoinette. Ja, ek is ook bly om terug te wees. Wat nou? Iemand vra nou watter page is ek as op my, dis mos my gewone page of wat? Dis mos my Fatima Abdul page, né? Ja. Hallo Teresa. Wat het ek in die tronk gemaak? Nee, ek weet nie, vra vir Facebook. Ek was in Facebook tronk gewees. Hallo Sari, hallo Daphne, hallo Pieter en Hillary en wat weet ek nog nie gegroet nie. And Suzette Swanepoel, hello Jacinta, so good to hear from you. Hello Deepak, how you doing? So guys, hallo, ek sien, daar's mense wat nie groet nie, maar kan julle sien? Hallo Daniel and Letitia. So yeah, this is what happened. Ruby, hallo, so bly om jou bekende gesiggie weer te sien. Julle, so ek post toe Lisa. Ag, dankie, my hare, ek en my hare begroet julle almal. Hulle is ook vry, hulle is vandag vry. Hallo Petro, hallo Sari, hallo Sanet. Okay, laat ek julle gou sê wat het gebeur. Ek het 'n paar weke terug, a few weeks ago, Mike from East London, watching with your wife, a month and a few weeks ago, I actually posted here on this platform, medication, or let me not say medication, because ek is nie 'n dokter nie. Karen and Janola and Teresa. I posted stuff like ivermectin and what is that? Colloidal silver and all sorts of natural products, man, for people that would like to detox, you know, from the jabifications. Because here's my heart, Dorothy. I am very much aware that a few of my friends and family and your friends and family and people are now struggling with health issues because they have taken this thing. And yeah, they've got all these side effects and so on. But luckily, you know, science, there are good scientists, you know, that they are busy with research and so on. So they found medication that actually helps people to detox themselves from this. Is jy hier?
Let me get that. Hello, Fatima.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Let me just switch that on. Hi.
There you are.
What's up?
I was just explaining to our peoples why I was in Facebook jail for almost 6 weeks
Uh,
and why Facebook is still threatening me that they will remove my page because I am violating their community regularifications, you know?
okay.
And it is because the last post that got me into Facebook jail was a picture and a link and also a whole note of what people should drink to detox themselves from the poison that they have in their bodies because our modus operandi was never was actually to save people from harm. And some listened, some didn't listen, and those that didn't listen had their own reasons. But I am the type of person that won't say, yeah, I told you so. I can't do that. I felt that, let me share with my people what to do if they are in a situation and they've got health problems. Is it to sit hierdie Facebook mothers my in Facebook vir 'n volle 30 dae en toe ek weer probeer opkom toe ek nog steeds in Facebook jail en toe dink ek, oh, okay, whatever. I will just wait my ek sal wag tot ek weer kan opkom. En ja, dit is hoekom ek nou in die jail gewees het. En ek hoorie so ek kyk nou en dan daai video van ek en jy. Waar jy sê as mense nou nog nie glo dat hierdie adders besig is om ons mense die populasie te verminder, dan moet hulle met koue piswater gegooi word. Ek lag my klaar met daai video. Maar hoe gaan dit met jou?
Het gaan goed, dankie Fatima. Is goed om jou te sien. Looking lovely.
Ja,
Hair looks good. Girl smiles back on out of jail. Is that what you look like
ja.
in jail?
Dis
They
so
sit there so frequent.
Jy sien nog die tralies.
Ja, ek ken daai spot. Ek ken daai spot. So,
Ja.
every time you
Nee, dis in Johannesburg,
Ja.
hoor. Dis in Johannesburg. Ek is by woonstelle in Johannesburg. Ja.
Dit. Okay.
Ja.
Hoe is jy so gewoond aan die tralies dat oral waar jy wil wees, jy wil net by die tralies wees. Is nou so lekker.
Tralies, ja, maar dit is die waarheid deur die tralies.
Ja.
Ja, ek sien iemand daarso praat oor Neil de Beer, my kollega, my vriend, my broer. Ek confess nou positive. I believe that God is healing him from cancer that is trying to spread to his liver. But I declare healing. I am not going to say that he is ill. I want to change my vocabulary to say that I believe that God is healing him. What I wanted to talk to you about today is onder andere hierdie hele gemors wat deursypel van Amerika, die UK af na Suid-Afrika. Jy weet elke keer as hierdie verdomde sogenaamde president, die persoon wat in die presidensiële stoel sit, wanneer hy oor see gaan, dan kom hy terug met gemors en dan kom smyt hy die gemors op ons skote. Nou ek het vandag amper 'n slang met haar kleintjies opgevreet, die hoe ek kwaad geword het.
Wow.
Want so sien ek, so I watched a news clipping that says, when I even think about it, I get angry, that from, I don't know when, that there will be unisex toilets at schools because they want to cater for the child that is that sexual orientation is different and so on. So bottom line is, al wat ek sien is, seuns gaan nou in meisieskole in meisie toilette gaan en ek dink nie meisie sal in seuns toilette gaan nie. But that is what they are trying to, and this person that speaks says she's glad that it's happening. And ek dink, vrouwmens, vat jou kop reg. In the light of the fact that in South Africa, the rape percentage has increased so much the past few months. At school, at work, wherever women are moving, they are being raped. Now they want children to be exposed to that type of thing. And I'm asking myself again, how did we get to that point that they can even perpetuate or let something like that happen in our society, in South Africa?
How do they get there?
Yes.
They get there. And you sort of said every time Cyril seems to come back, there's always some new idea or new thing that's being introduced, and they notice it's a foreign concept, foreign concepts being introduced, and it all seems to be happening simultaneously,
Yeah.
at the same time across the world. And these ideas emanate from people within the groupings and influence of the Democratic Party in America. Okay? The Hillary Clintons, your Bill Clintons, and all their affiliates, where they get airtime on news outlets such as CNN. And when you look at the leadership of these organizations and the wording of these words, such as woke, it all emanates from there. And when you see these people's principles, it is precisely where it originates now, which is influencing society in such a way that you find a lot of perversion, not just perversion of the individual, of society as a whole, even to the extent that your basic human rights are being perverted. I want to touch quickly on that point that you mentioned about having been in Facebook jail and all that. Remember, I sent you that little screenshot, 2 screenshots, that Facebook actually given government workers log in. You can request to log into Facebook so that you can report a very specific Facebook page. You can report so that that person can be logged out. So it sounds to me as if though you might be targeted, because
yes,
you frequently get being logged off for something simple, something that you probably see on somebody else's Facebook page, but they don't get censored or logged out, or so-called jailed and so on.
Yeah.
But you do. So you got to ask the question, why you? Why you? All right. So
Well,
you
actually,
need to be targeted.
answer.
Yeah, you are a bit special, aren't you? so yeah.
I know the answer, and that is, well, they are. There's a few people in politics that don't really like my guts, and also Neil de Beer's guts, because we walk a straight line. We cannot be aligned to anything that sounds fishy. So we are in the minority of the minorities, but still we are a problem. We speak out against certain elements in our society and in our political sphere. That can be part of the reason. But my deep, so many things has happened, Cornell, in South Africa and obviously in the world as well. I just wanted to say the following: that in council, where I'm going to tomorrow, each time I have to go to council, I have to prepare myself mentally because, as I said before, I am really, not all, I am surrounded by mostly idiots in council. Yes. And you know what happens to you when you are surrounded by idiots? You start becoming an idiot. So I am just praying the whole time, please let idiotism not be part of me. And as I said, not all councillors are idiots, but most of them are really idiots. In council, they have unisex toilets. Ek is nog steeds by die toilet.
Yeah.
Ja, almal gaan na al die toilette toe. Nou, ek praat nou hier van councillors. Hierdie is volwasse mense. These are adult people, but you still find dirty, messed toilets in council. Hierdie is nou onze politicians. Nee? Jy gaan in die toilet, dan is dit, die bril is vuil, die pot is vuil. Dit is asof van onze councilors nie flippen weet, dat daar is 'n chain wat jy moet trek, as jy die stront wil laat afgaan. Jammer, ek is grafies, maar dit is wat my so bitter kwaad maak. Klein goed soos dat.
Did you clean it
Nou
up?
gaan... What?
Did you clean it up? Or did you ask the person who was in there,
No.
don't clean it up?
You turn, this lady sitting there on call. I think they expect stuff like that. I turned around and said, please, can you just, in the odor, the first few days, die stinkreuk. Dit is in council, my broer. Die stinkreuk wat daar uitkom.
Wow.
Ja, ek
Unisex.
sê nou meer,
And
veronderstel is
that's
meer geheim hou nie. Dit is
a uni-
gemors.
is that from, does that emanate from a unisex toilet or female toilet? What is it?
There's no female toilets, no male toilets. It's
just unisex.
Just toilet.
It's just
That's unisex.
wow.
Ja.
Okay.
So nou die gemors kan dalk van 'n vrou af op wees. Ja. Ek gaan nie sê dit is net die mansmense wat mors nie. Daar kan vroumense ook wees wat dieselfde doen. So dit is 'n gemors en hierdie is ons counselors.
Yeah.
Dis die mense wat aangestel is om te praat namens die mense wat hulle gekies het. Dis die counselors, die sogenaamd opgevoede mense.
So ek is seker of ek sekere mense se hande wil vat as ek hulle daar sien. So hallo, keep your distance. Dink jy? Dink jy? Hallo. Hallo. Dink jy dat miskien is dit moontlik dat dat 'n male version van die mensdom was daar en tuin nat gemaak het en dit daar oral oor die bril gespat en die volgende persoon wat kom het is van die vroulike geslag en gedink okay, ek gaan nie die opvee nie, ek gaan ook nog maar net staan. En so jy sien daai prentjie en nou kom jy nou daar en nou sien jy, wow, wat gaan hier aan? Jy ry maar gou om maar daar te gaan klaarmaak. Miskien is dit 'n moontlikheid that could be a problem emanating from unisex toilets because there is this cultural imposition or whatever where this imposition comes from when men are to use a toilet they're supposed to be lifting the flap and then to wee, but it doesn't make much difference because if it's still going to splash on the sides, right, it's still going to leave residue and it's going to smell, right? So maybe they just don't raise it anymore and they do that thing and they walk out and the next person comes in, as I said, and they think I'm not going to wipe that, and then hulle gaan nog maar net hulle ding doen, sit hulle voete staan maar wyd en sit en laat waai en so jy kan sien as jy nou 'n kameraatjie daar onder moet insit as jy sien hoe sprei dit daar. That might be helpful if you want to find out who the culprit is. You might have to employ 2 cameras, one from the inside of the pot and one from the back door, from back of the door. And you could see what they do. Might be a bit of an invasion of privacy, but they don't seem to be too concerned about privacy these days since they're making just one toilet, unisex. I say, oh, hello, is my beurt, ek wag vir my beurt. Ja, kan ek maar eers gaan? Ja, want ek sien jy het baie leiers om nog af te haal.
My punt se naam is hierdie mense regeer die land.
Today.
Dis
What?
die mense wat ons land regeer, wat die basiese nie ken nie. Hoe om dit te gebruik. Dan kom die minister van opvoeding van Minister of Education en sy sê nou moet die kinders almal dieselfde toilet gebruik. Nou gaan die kinders wat ook uit huise kom waar pappa nie weet hoe om 'n toilet te gebruik nie. Nou gaan daai kind ook toilet gebruik en gebruik soos wat pappa dit gebruik. Kan jy die gemors, die gesondheidsrisiko's, not just the health risks, but also the security. Man, it's a mess. It's just a mess.
Yeah,
That our country
your concern is one of safety, child safety, right? There. If that is a unisex toilet for who? A unisex toilet which is just for the students, or unisex toilet for everyone to use, including the teachers, visitors, etc. Right. Devil's advocate would probably say, well, when you look at home, and there's one toilet, and there isn't a designation on the door to say females only or males only, where there's male and females in the household. Everybody uses that same toilet. I think there's the social concern, or the social etiquette, that in public we designate specifically a toilet for males and designate a toilet for females, because they come from different households and they'd be using that. But this unisex toilet idea, as I say, it comes from the emphasis being placed on some new gender identities, right? Which in itself is also a subject, which I find many people in public, these particularly in politics, they're so cautious about stating the obvious for fear of hurting someone else's feelings. But here's the truth. The point is, daar's twee geslagte. Daar's net twee geslagte, reg? En hoe bepaal ons die geslag van 'n persoon? Hulle kyk al by die sonaar. As jy swanger was en hulle kom doen daai toetsie, hulle gaan vir jou sê, it's a girl or it's a boy. But based on what? Based on what? Hulle kyk die bene, right? Your genitalia. That's it. Jy het of 'n piepie of jy het 'n koekie. That's it.
finish.
Finish and klaar. The rest is how do you explain lesbianism and gayism? How do you explain that? To be honest, I don't know. But as jy vra met betrekking tot geslag, manlike geslag is gelyk aan 'n penis en twee testicles. Vroulike geslag is labia, layers of labia, en 'n vagina met 'n clitoris aan die bokant. That's it, vroulike geslag.
Exactly.
As daardie geslagte, as dit nie die enigste geslagte is nie, dan moet elke dokter en verpleegkundige en enigiemand in die medisyne wat opleiding gehad het met betrekking tot die verskil in verslagte, hulle moet hulle sertifikate teruggee. Because hulle was almal verkeerd geleer dan.
Ja.
Verkeerd geleer. Dit is biologiese geslag. Anything else about being gay and about being lesbianism, that is a separate, another subject. It does
It
not...
is your orientation, because they're talking about orientation. Ek kan nie vandag sê, hoorie, ek is ek is nou georiënteerd man, ek wil nou nie man, ek wil nou saam met die manne toilet toe gaan. Ek kan nie, ek kan fisies kan ek nie. Maar wat hierdie departement nou sê, ons wil nie diskrimineer teenoor kinders wat die teenoorgestelde is van hoe hulle liggame gebou is nie. Hulle kan nou almal maar nou saam toilet toe gaan. Wat is die implikasies? Dit is vir my 'n groot probleem.
Maar
Ek dink miskien as
is dit
wat is die
dit waar kom die regering aan die idee of die klag dat dit 'n diskriminasie is teen die kind? Men sê ons het dan juis alreeds vir 'n lang tyd ingebou in die konstitusie dat dit onwettige diskriminasie is om teen iemand te diskrimineer op grondslag van sy geslag, en dan is daar 'n aparte deel wat sê seks en seksuele oriëntasie. Dit is ingebou in die Equality Act. Dit is hoekom dit daarin is. So dit sê vir jou dat geslag en geslagsoriëntasie twee aparte dinge is. Maar nou wat jy kry is 'n conflation van die twee, en die idee om mense te laat glo dat of kinders op 'n jong ouderdom te konfronteer en onnodige confusion te bring. Jy kan sien die kind het 'n vroulike geslag, maar nou waar die onderwys of die onderwysinstansie die idees in die kind se kop wil druk en vir die kind te sê jy kan 'n mannetjie wees as jy wil. I haven't thought of that. So now you're giving these ideas to children. So now the child thinks, oh yeah, you know what? Today I think I'm going to want to be a boy. I'm going to be a boy. And I want to be called boy. And I say, oh yeah, by the way, jy kan nou verkies om jouself fluid te noem. I mean, really, fluid based on what? Based on what? What is that? Where does these ideas? So die identiteitskrisisse kan net ge-aggravate word, or unnecessary new identity crises can be induced in children. As I say, the sexual orientation of that child, that is a delicate matter, and it's a separate subject, but not to conflate the two so as to say, well, jy is nie 'n manlike geslag nie, despite the evidential fact that the person's genitals is that of what you would term as male. This is how they tell you, oh, what are you expecting? Which sex are you expecting? It's a boy. Oh, it's a girl. Oh, they don't tell you there, oh, it's a fluid. No.
Yeah.
It's an unknown. It's very, very clear. It's not unknown.
Yeah.
You know, and what is this going to drive you to? Kom jy daar by die Unisex Toilet en sê, wie is jy, wat is dit, wat maak jy hierso? Trek af jou broek, laat ek sien. Lag op jou rok, laat ek sien. It's not a toilet. So there's the assumption that the publieke toilet of die toiletgeriewe by die skool, despite die bekommernis oor child abuse en die risiko's daarvan, dat hulle nou net daardie toilette kan gebruik. But they also would argue that there may also be the argument to say that the abuse of a child of a certain sex is not necessarily or only would occur from someone of the opposite sex, right? Want jy vind ook as jy kyk na die Jeffrey Epstein saga, wat die die mainstream media doodstil hou. Dit was sy girlfriend wat hierdie girls gaan kry en vir hulle introduce tot hierdie mense. En die misbruik van kinders kan iemand van dieselfde geslag wees wat 'n kind van dieselfde geslag ook. Maar wanneer dit kom met betrekking tot veiligheid van die individu, dit behoort van primêre belang te wees. Vir hulle om die idee te push dat die hoof issue is dit omtrent die kind se geslag en geslagsoriëntasie. Hold on, that's a separate. What is the concern really here? Is it safe? Is it safe for children to be using the same toilet despite their difference in sex? Well, if it is not safe, then based on what? Look at the history. If it used to be historically, where it was historically proven that if a male happened to be entering the toilet of a female, that there would always be some skirmish, or a female entering the toilet of males, some other skirmish. But you also found that, let's say for instance, the history of George Michael, I don't know, ek weet nie hoeveel waarheid daarin is nie, dat hy en iemand in die toilet van dieselfde geslag, die mansgeslag, they go on there. All right?
Sien, my probleem se naam is regtig, dit gaan regtig oor die veiligheid van kinders. Ek kom uit 'n gemeenskap uit in Pretoria, waar we had a situation where a boy tried to sexually assault another boy in the boys' toilet.
A boy tried.
A boy tried to sexually assault another boy in the boys' toilet. Now, dis al klaar 'n probleem. Nou wil hulle die genders mix, maak dat die kinders na dieselfde toilet toe gaan. Maar soos wat iemand hierso sê, dit is absoluut deel van die New World Order, en ons as mense wat nie deel is, wat nie deel uitmaak van die New World Order, ons sien hierdie dinge gebeur en dit is asof ons dit nie eens kan keer nie. Dit word, it's being thrown down at us at a speed of lightning, and it's like people are dumb, they don't even know what to do. Iemand sê nou dat ek lyk versla, ek voel versla, ek is maar net 'n ou mensietjie hier in 'n woonstel.
Wat beteken dit?
I'm gobsmacked by what is happening.
Okay.
By what is done towards our children and everything else. I think that is why I think I told you, or I told a friend of mine when ek het te Jacques gesê, ek is stom geslaan.
Oh ja, jy het dit vir my vroeër genoem, ja.
Oor wat tans besig is om te gebeur. Nie net in Suid-Afrika nie, maar in die wêreld, in ons politieke atmosfeer. Dit is ons is besmet. We are being, ek weet nie wat is besmet in Engels, but we are flooded with evil, and you know what? It started for me in my mind when I think back, when I backtrack, sorry. It started way before the 23rd of March 2020, when the first lockdown was announced in South Africa. They planned all of this long ago. Now, after all of that, all the lockdowns and all the rules, etc., it's like they are just throwing all these rules, these new policies, just throwing it at the South Africans, and maybe in other countries as well.
Yeah.
And my question and my raad amper aan mense is om, ja, hierdie goed gebeur, maar jy moet jou standpunt, jy moet so seker wees van jou persoonlike standpunt rondom al hierdie dinge. My standpunte baseer ek 100% uit die Bybel uit. So ek is nie verbaas oor wat gebeur het, but it still hits me like a ton of bricks, thinking that the world that I once knew, it is not that world anymore.
Yeah.
And also, I have a responsibility, like I feel that I have a responsibility, you and I have responsibilities towards the next generation. If our grandchildren should one day, if we live as long as that, if they ask us, what did you do to stop this? I must be able to say, I did 1, 2, and 3. I must not be the one that says, oh, well, you know, I just accepted it. I don't know. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah,
My
you don't
encouragement,
have to accept it. you don't have to accept these things, and it's like your freedom of association, your freedom of belief, of conviction, of opinion, and what you associate with. Let's say, for instance, if you look at the African National Congress as a group, as an organization, as a party, they have loads of people, and they happen to be the majority in the governing body. But your freedom of association says, you say, I'm not going to follow your trends. I will associate myself with another group, and we have our own principles and beliefs and convictions, and these are our opinion about the same things. We have a different opinion. You hold to that. Now, if there was to be intolerance to people's belief and orientation, then which you probably sense is where the world's subject is currently moving toward. They want to eliminate other thoughts, other opinions, other beliefs by silencing people. The reason why they would put you in what they call a Facebook jail, just because you had dared to say something different. Okay, now the key thing of freedom is to respect the views, beliefs, and opinions of others. It doesn't mean that you agree with that, but you're saying you have the freedom to do that. And in as much as they may be promoting their views, so do you have the right and also deserve equal space, equal time on platforms such as this and that of the SABC to promote your views too. Why it feels as if though their views are dominant, it's precisely because what you're experiencing is the media is being captured precisely by this woke group, woke finance that keeps you out, and they make sure that the government is flooded with this information. The government gets more airtime than you do, and they spew their views. Your view then appears to be dying only because you don't get opportunity to go and tell. So this is an issue of, when we talk of equality, it's like equal opportunity and equal right to go and proclaim your views as well. What they did here in the UK, I've literally stopped watching television, to be honest. When I say television, I only really watch movies now and then. That's literally what we're watching.
I don't even have a television. I'm not going to waste my time.
There's at 6 o'clock, I recall way back then, toe ons hier in die UK aangekom het. Elke dag was daar 'n religieuse 'n slot vir religieuse oortuiging, 15 minute, en elke dag was daar 'n ander religieuse oortuiging wat dan praat. En dieselfde vir politieke partye. Hulle het ook hulle 15 minute gekry elke dag op die TV. En elke keer was dit iemand anders. So hulle almal kry eweredig die tyd om te praat. Kry jy dieselfde daar in Suid-Afrika? Die informasie wat hulle nou in die boeke sit, wat hulle nou in die syllabuses wil sit vir die kinders. Weer eens, jy kry die gevoel dat that seems to be getting more attention than any other view. How about your view met betrekking tot geslag, met betrekking tot veiligheid? Wat is die regering en die minister van onderwys, die skole, die onderwysers se redes om nie jou visie of die informasie wat jy wil gee ook daar te gee nie? Dit is dieselfde argument wat die sataniste gebruik het en wat hulle tans gebruik om hulle eie visies en hulle beleringe te advance. Dis hoekom jy nou in Amerika hulle satanisme, hulle leer die kinders omtrent satanisme en hulle maak dit fun en maak comic books daar omtrent. Nou jy voel jy wil jou hare uittrek vir die goed, want ons het groot geraak in 'n tyd waar die Bybel en die belering van die Bybel was dominant. Ons het selfs Bybelkunde gehad, onthou jy? Bybel, ja. En dit is hoe ek weet wat in die Bybel aangaan. Ek onthou die prentjies wat ons moes geteken het en al die goetertjies. En nou is daar die gebruik van equality, equal rights, equal religious rights. En sê, ek is 'n satanis, ek dink ek wil ook my tydjie op TV en ek dink ons wil ook ons goetertjies practice. Hoe balanseer 'n mens die dinge? Jy sê, okay, as ons nie enigiemand wil uitkanselleer nie, maar vir hulle gelyke reg gee, dan moet ons kyk na wat is die regte wat ons aanbied. In die konstitusie, Fatima, is daar, as jy kyk na spesifiek, sê section 12, met betrekking tot bodily autonomy and your right to believe in your opinions, which is further down, dan sê dit spesifiek dat jou regte extend nie tot die punt waar jy harm, where you're going to cause harm to another person. So the question has to be looked at. Your practice, your religious practices, does it lead to or does it involve the harming of another human being? Wat weet ons van satanisme, byvoorbeeld? Dit is horrific stories wat uitkom, okay? So dit wil sê, daardie praktyke is nie voordelig vir die regte van 'n ander persoon nie. Okay? So is dit wettig om te doen dit wat hulle doen net in die naam van hulle their religious freedom? No, that religious freedom, you can't call that religious freedom. Then what's the next thing to say? Oh, ek loop net rond met 'n AK-47 en ek hou daarvan om mense in die kop te skiet. En dis my religion, because jy kan nou jou eie religion mos nou opmaak. So ja, but if it leads to harm, that's where it needs to be looked into. Now the argument about harm, if you look at, they say, oh, we got to censor Fatima because what she's saying has the potential of causing harm. Oh, really? Well, let's look at what your government said. Let's look at what your government is saying had been leading to harm. They advanced and promoted the uptake of these injections, and it led to harm.
Exactly. This is what I said. The reason why I am now being restricted is because I am marketing drugs on Facebook. Ek
Oh,
is nou 'n drug dealer.
okay. Well, a drug
Wat ek gesê
dealer.
het met colloidal silver en al daai goeders moet nie mense gebruik.
Oh,
Hulle sê
really?
ek gebruik dit.
Oh, really? And are those things illegal?
No, they are not. But
Okay.
whoever you actually pointed it out. You said whoever some political figure might have, written there that Fatima Abdul is promoting drugs, etc., etc. Hoorie so, ek wil net vir jou sê as dit ewe skielik donker raak, dan beteken dit load shedding in Suid-Afrika of in
Oh,
Johannesburg.
the shedding of a load of nonsense again.
Yeah.
Well, dis baie kontroversieel, soos ek sê, is that one ideology or belief shouldn't be dominating of others to the point where it silences them. The things that ought to be silenced and or ought to be quarantined is anything that causes another person or human being or groups of people harm. That is the structure and the fundamental built-in inherent principle of our social agreement. But you now find that there is a perversion of freedoms, where these freedoms are now being used to advance very subtly things which are in fact harmful.
Yeah.
But they say, oh, but it's in the name of this. It's in the name of equality. But in the name of equality, you're causing harm to another person. It cannot be acceptable. This is the perversion that you find yourself. And this is what you're more likely to find, which is irritating you. That irritates for you. But you can fool, but something ain't right. And it's got to be articulated to the point of, does it cause harm? And what is that harm that it causes? And then break it down and you can see, okay, so ek kan sien hierdie rituals wat julle hier het, julle trek 'n ding wat soos 'n sterretjie lyk en dan lê julle iemand op daar en maak die persoon vas en druk 'n dryf 'n mes deur die bors en drink die persoon se bloed. Daai klinkie vir my soos 'n lekker speelietjie nie. Daai klink vir my 'n bietjie siek. Daai baie siek.
Weet jy Cornel, wie is die gevaarlikste mense vir my op die oomblik? Ek het verlede week amper al my kroeshaar uit my kop uitgetrek en dit is die mense wat tot op vandag nog glo dat die inspuitings wat vir mense gegee was die afgelope 2 jaar of 'n jaar is goed vir hulle. Ek het amper mal geraak toe 'n mederaadslid vir my sê dat sy is so bly dat so baie mense hierdie inspuiting gekry het want sy glo dit het baie mense se lewens gered. En ek skud my kop soos 'n mal mens en ek sê van nee, julle het mense doodgemaak. Oh, but I am a scientist, I am a ICU nurse, and I am a allerlei name. En ek sê nee, jy verstaan nie. Kom ek wys vir jou. Hier is die video, hier is die links, hier is die boodskappe. Julle het mense doodgemaak. Nou, daai is die gevaarlikste mense. Want hulle werk nou nog in die hulle is nou nog besig om mense in te spuit. Dit is die goed wat my in die nag wakker hou. Konja. Dit maak dat ek sulke sakke onder my oë het.
Ja, die man het meer make-up koop my darling. Kyk, die is
Here met
wat jy baie gaan kry. Kyk, daardie dame, professor Emily Oliver, wat in 'n Amerikaanse koerant gaan skryf het. Oh, we need COVID amnesty. Right?
What?
Ja, ons het amnesty nodig. Julle moet vir ons vergewe want ons het nie geweet wat ons doen nie. Ons het nou meer inligting. Ons het nie die goed dinge geweet nie.
Nee, dit mense doodgemaak.
Ja.
Ons
Nou die ding as jy dink addisioneel wat hulle eintlik ook gedoen het, wat sy ook geondersteun het ten daai ding. And I'm not saying it in the vein of being unforgiving. I'm saying it in the vein of not forgetting, because you have to remember in order to change something, in order to adjust. And if you truly want to be forgiven, you have to say what it is that you want to be forgiven for. She doesn't say that in her write-up. Now she says, oh yeah, we didn't know these things. We didn't know, and we were wrong. And we didn't have all the information. They didn't have all the information, right? That's what. So the question is, why wouldn't you have listened to others so that you can get more information? But because, again, here is the risk, as you can see. They sought to only hold their view to dominate every other view. So censorship is a dangerous thing. You see, to only promote one idea, to only promote one ideology, because we won't learn if we don't listen to others. This is what is important. So again here, for that colleague of yours, vir jou te sê, oh, we saved so many lives. As jy sê, jy wil jou kroeshare uittrek. I would say, please preserve your kroeshare, want dit is pragtig. Die vra vir haar en sê vir haar, gee my net 'n oomblik en gaan toilet toe eers toe en sê, en dan kom jy terug lekker cool en kalm en sê, oh yeah, you said it saved many lives. Please explain. Let her explain. Show me. En dan vra hy vir haar, all right, so it saved many lives. Now, when you say many, what does many mean? Many as opposed to what? So it means that those who are dying, it is better to you that only a few died. And how much is a few? And where do you get this information from? Right? Let her bring that, encourage that conversation, because it is in the articulating of what people are saying that we will find the correct answers. But where they don't want to go into detail of what they're saying, it implies they don't know what they're talking about. Exactly. That's when you can justify it to her. I hear what you say, but I don't know what you're talking about, and you don't seem to know what you're talking about either. However, I would like to tell you the following and support it with evidence. Given that you say that you have got scientific orientation, science is about questioning everything, isn't it? It's about examining things, cross-examining, verifying it for yourself. But if they're not prepared to verify their own information and verify any other hypothesis of information that you provide, it cannot really be claiming to be subjecting them to those principles of what they call science. Dit is die probleem wat jy vind, Fatima, en dit is hoogs irriterend, want dit bedreig jou persoonlike oortuiging. En dit bedreig jou reg tot jou oortuiging, en dit bedreig jou reg om jou oortuigings met ander te deel. En dit is die gevaar. En die gevaar, die atmosfeer, die nuwe kultuur wat soort van oorsiggewend nou wil bekom, reg? Wil ook nou daar die dominante idee van, oh nee, ons moet almal nou sommer in dieselfde toilet ingaan. Nee, veiligheid is nie 'n issue nie, of julle views maak nie sin nie. Dit is daardie idees wat nou na vore kom. Dis hoekom jy hoor die Wêreldekonomiese Forum sê, oh, we own the science. Which science? They own the science.
They own what?
The science. hulle eien. Die science is hulle property. We own the science. So jy moet net na hulle luister. Is net hulle wat weet. Is net hulle wat die antwoorde het. Ja. Dit is hulle oortuiging. So hierdie idees wat jy nou kry deur die departement van gesondheid, deur die amper elke, basies elke departement in die regering huidiglik kom met sulke kontroversiële idees na vore. Kyk selfs die wette wat hulle nou skryf. Hulle wil nou vir jou sê, gebaseer op die konstruksie van die definisie van terroristiese aktiwiteite in daardie bil. Dit beteken, dit wat ek en jy nou hier doen, Fatima, dit kan geklassifiseer word as terrorisme. So letterlik die persone, as jy nou mooi kyk, die regering se aktiwiteite kan jy klassifiseer as terrorisme, maar omdat hulle in die regering is, kan hulle baie eenvoudig Pontius Pilatus speel, hulle hande was en sê, jy is die ene. En hulle point net na jou toe. Die rede hoekom ek in daardie laag vir mense sê,
Dit die ANC regering moet ontroon word. Hulle moet, want hulle is besig om 'n regte terroris net so te los, laat hy sy bek oopmaak, want alles wat uit sy mond uitkom is moord, doodslag en negativiteit. En ek praat nou hier van meneer Julius.
En hulle verregverdig dit. As jy nou daaraan dink. Kyk, dit wat Julius daar gesê het, en dit is eintlik skokkend en kommerwekkend dat ongeag of despite, wat is despite nou weer in Afrikaans? Ja, ongeag die bewyse dat Julius en sy aanhangers dat hulle eintlik sing en die betekenis van daardie woorde in daardie lied insinieer die doodmaak, die moord, die vermoording van mense op grondslag van hulle velkleur. Mede Suid-Afrikaners en enige persoon. Nou dit is vanselfsprekend in teenstrydigheid met die konstitusie. So dit wil sê, jy kan dan nou en dit motiveer daardie gedrag en jy kan ook kyk na die subsequent gebeure nadat hier dit toegelaat is en dat hulle dit sing en jy kyk na die persone wat beserings ervaar het. Sê byvoorbeeld boere, wanneer ek sê boere, iemand wat werk op 'n plaas en voedsel groei en so, op grondslag van hulle velkleure was hulle nie net aangeval en beseer nie, maar ook doodgemaak, vermoord, verkragt, uitgebrand. Dit is mense, dit is 'n mens. Maar tog het ons in die konstitusie dat jy mag nie diskrimineer teenoor iemand op grondslag van hulle velkleur nie. En wat sê hulle in hulle lied? En wat beteken die woord boer in die lied? Dit praat nie van iemand wat kos groei in 'n, hulle is baie spesifiek iemand met die identifikasie van velkleur van diegene wat hulle voormalig wit genoem het. Hulle sien dit kan nie aanvaarbaar wees in die wet nie. So daar is 'n siekte taal.
Hy beaam die lied in sy toespraak.
Ja.
Wat vir mense waar hy sy aanhangers sê, julle moet nie bang wees om dood te maak. 'n Revolusie gaan gepaard met doodmaak. Nou het die South African Human Rights Court het hom beveel om hom verskoning te vra en sy woorde terug te trek. trek en om verskoning te vra.
Sê as dit klaar.
Luister, die EFF wat sy party is, sê nee. Hulle weier.
Well,
Nou ek kan nie. Ek is nou by default in die politiek. Daar is nie 'n manier hoe ek ooit aan die kant gaan wees van 'n party wat moord en doodslag bevorder.
yeah, exactly. You know, why should the whole country now wait for the organization? Because they are an organization, they have a right to make their own decisions. But if those decisions are contradicting of the social agreement, and they say, oh, but ons het die reg tot ons, this is not an opinion or a practice that is supported in the social contract. It further implies that if given the practices, the suggestions, the culture within that organization, if you look even deeper into how we define terrorism, then that's a terrorist organization.
Thank you.
That
Dis 'n klomp terroriste.
categorized as a terrorist organization. And I'd be more than happy, honestly more than happy, to debate Julius Malema on it, have all his supporters watch on TV, and just me and him in the studio, so they don't come with these gimmicks where they because this is what they rely on. They cannot properly articulate. This is where you need to bring the conversation to. Let's look at what you're saying. Kill the Boer. What does the word kill mean? Please explain that, right? And which dictionary are you talking from? And is that word, what does that word mean in the Constitution and any subsequent law that is written, such as laws for the prevention of crime? What does that mean? If those words are forming part of the principle or underlying or subsequent activities within that organization, and the law prohibits it, but nothing happens to either the organization as a whole or its individual members who profess that principle and activity and are supporting of it, then your legal justice system is an illegal and illegal injustice system, because it does nothing about what it says is proscribed activity. Proscribed meaning that is niet toegelaat nie. And you should be in a position where you should legally declare the EFF on the basis of them actually holding on to these principles and practicing them as a proscribed organization. They should be deleted. You cannot. And yet they sit in parliament and the leader smiles there because they're doing nothing about it. They can get away with it. So die is die perversion. Dit is waar ek dit is die perversions wat ons nou ervaar in hierdie era. En om daardie perversions te bekamp, Fatima, is noodsaaklik dat jy altyd aandring op gelyke geleentheid. En waar gelyke geleentheid nie aangebied word nie, dan weet jy, hier is 'n perversion aan die gang hier.
Ja. Kan ek vir jou 'n koue water in jou gesig gooi? Die persoon, Jelly tot Malema, sit op die een of ander juristieke raad.
Oh, really?
Ja. Hy sit op daai raad. Hy's 'n council member van die judicial system. Hy sit daar.
You pour me a whiskey, please.
Ja.
Second.
Okay, dit is tyd vir my om te gaan. Ek wat alweer iets anders en ek wil later op TikTok wil ek live gaan. Kyk, ek was nou so lank, my bek was lank toegemaak. Nou is my mond oop. Ek gaan nou net praat, maar op TikTok wil ek meer luister.
May I suggest you
Maar
do
hoor
a
wat
freedom of information also to the government and your local council as to whether for disclosure of any communication with Facebook South Africa. You're
Say
entitled.
again?
Make a
Wat moet sy
freedom
doen?
of maak 'n PAIA, a Promotion of Access to Information Act request na jou plaaslike raad en ook jou nasionale regering vir enige kommunikasie, enige en alle kommunikasie van spesifieke departemente, jy kan met Facebook gedurende 'n sekere tyd.
Okay.
En kyk, en sodat jy kan sien watter kommunikasie hulle het gehad het met hulle. Enigiemand wat likely inlog en sulke goed is hoor, want soos ek vir jou gesê het, Facebook is 'n organisasie wat ook opereer in Suid-Afrika teenstrydig met die vryheid van spraak. Maar jou regering sê, oh, everybody has the freedom of speech. Maar julle minister van polisie sê vir julle, shut up. Nie een shut
Hoor jy maar,
nie.
dit is so goed uitgedraai, né? Daai ouetjie, Ian, het dit so goed laat uitwerk. Hy het 'n boek geskryf, We Will Not Shut Up. Hy het, daar's 'n brand, ek weet nie, hy het dit self gedoen nie, maar dis 'n techie. Shut up.
Ja,
He
ja.
turned what was supposed to be negative, he turned it into something positive. But anyway, my brother, thank you so much for your time. Ons moet dit meer gereeld doen terwyl ek nie in hierdie sogenaamde Facebook tronk is nie. Maar yeah, let's keep up the good work and keep. I wanted before we say goodbye, actually, you used the word woke. Now, a friend of mine also used the word woke without knowing what woke means. And it's important that our people know the difference between being woke and what it is to be awake.
Ja,
Just net die laaste.
baie
Net vir ons
groot
net die verskil.
okay? Woke or wokeism is the advancing of ideology which seeks to demolish every and anything that you had traditionally held in belief that had kept us in common and safe. It seeks to introduce new world order ideology, practices, and control mechanisms. To be awake is to be wide awake and seeing precisely what it is that they are busy with.
En op daai noot sê ons vir u totsiens. Baie dankie. Ciao.
Bye bye, my darling.